Good people, welcome back to Balatro. I'm excited to get back into this. I've got about an hour or so to record, so let's see what we can do here. So, as you can see, we did the omelet. It's the only one we've done so far. I haven't even looked at the others, so let's see what's next. 15-minute city. Custom rules, none. Okay, that's good. Jokers, right? Okay, they're infinite, first of all. They have the eternal tag on them, so these two jokers are not going anywhere. We start with these two jokers and we cannot get rid of them. We've got Ride the Bus, which gains +1 mult per consecutive hand played without a scoring face card. I typically don't even use this joker. I typically either ignore it in the shop, or if I end up getting it in a pack, I'll sell it. I feel like the only way to make this really work is to find a way to get rid of your face cards. That way it just goes up by default and you don't even have to think about it, because it's so easy to forget about this when you're looking for hands to play and you have to mentally discard every single face card you have, because if you play a single one, Ride the Bus now becomes useless. It goes all the way back to 0 and you're going to start building it back up again, and you really don't want that to happen at any point. Never mind the fact that if you get this card too late in the run, it's just not going to be worth it. You know, restricting the hands you can play just so you can gain 1 mult per hand. But having it right at the beginning of the run, and every time I go into this challenge run, I just kind of mentally block out my face cards. I could see maybe we make this work. We'll give it a shot, obviously. We're going to have to. That's the challenge. And then this is paired with a shortcut. Shortcut I like this one. This one makes it just straights way easier to play. So really, the idea is to just play straights, I guess. Play straights without face cards. If you can do that, you should be, I don't know, you should be making the journey as easy as possible. Why is it called 15-minute city? Oh, I guess because we're taking a shortcut. We're riding the bus and we're taking a shortcut, so it only takes 15 minutes. Okay, got you. Game modifiers: 4 hands per round, 3 discards, 8 hand size, 5 joker slots, 2 consumables. I think this is all just the default stuff, or at the very least it's the same as the omelet. Restrictions: none. Deck: normal deck. Okay. Not too difficult. I feel like there's a chance I just first try this. We'll see. The thing is, I'm so used now to playing Balatro with these stakes. I think I'm trying to go through the purple stake right now. I'm so used to these restrictions. It's going to be weird, you know, getting money from the small blind, or my ante not going up so aggressively with each boss blind. So this might be a walk in the park. We'll see. Hopefully I first try this. But yeah, let's take a trip here. Right at the gate, we're offered a foil tag. I was already considering the fact that, well, if Ride the Bus is going to be where I'm getting my my mult, then I still need to consider where we're going to be adding our chips. So yeah, foil tag right out the gate. I'll take that. Screw it. So we're going to skip the small blind. I could get a second one. It's a bit much. For now, we'll run this. I want an opportunity to go to the shop and actually try these hands out, start building up my straight usage, since I imagine we're going to be doing a lot of it. I mean, right there, boom, boom, boom. What a good hand to start with. So again, the reason this is a straight is because of shortcut. Normally, 10, 9, 8, 6... I'm missing a 7 somewhere here, but shortcut lets you hop over a number. In fact, it lets you hop over every other number. And then, of course, playing this means I'm leaving my face cards. So yeah, without a doubt, that's the best hand I could ask for, really. Short of the 10 of clubs being a 10 of spades, really. Okay, well that's a lot of face cards, considering I'm not actually interested in playing them. I guess we should probably get discarding then. Okay, here's a 2 pair. I mean, that should finish us off, I think. +2 mult, very good. And sure enough, that gets us through the first big blind. Okay, so I don't have a lot of cash yet, but fortunately we're actually earning interest, unlike the omelet, so I got 2 remaining hands, which each gave me a couple bucks. I actually don't earn interest because I don't even have $5 yet, but of course we're incentivized to start saving. Here's our joker that we skipped for. Scholar. Played aces, give 20 chips and 4 mult. Fortunately, when you're playing straights in this game, of course, an ace could count as an 11, or it could count as a 1. If I'm not playing face cards, then my aces are only ever going to count as 1s, but yeah, they're chill to play, so yeah, sure, why not? And I don't think I'll spend any more. I think we'll just get a move on. Spade cards are debuffed. Fine with me. We'll make it work. Not too worried about it. As long as I'm playing straights, I think my jokers will add the score that I need. Let's just discard all these faces. Don't need to see them around these parts. Okay, 6s and 4s. I got an 8, 6, 5, 4, but I'm still a card short. So let's get rid of both kings and get rid of the dupes. Now, the reason I'm playing straights, even though I know that a full house would do more, is because I'm thinking about the future, and I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to commit so much to playing straights anyways, ideally, then it might be in my best interest to start building up our straight counter in case I come across that card. I can't remember what it's called, but it takes your, you know, the number of times you've played the hand that you are playing and then adds it. So having the highest number possible there would be good, I guess. I mean, it's quite I know it's a bit aggressive to build a whole strategy around a card that I don't even have yet, but I don't know, in my mind, I don't think there's much harm in it, especially because we're early enough that I know a straight's gonna, yeah, there you go, clear just fine, especially with the 50 chips, so might as well, right? So with this strategy of not playing face cards, I really think I should be trying to find a way to increase discards. So if I come across a joker that gives me an extra discard, like the drunkard, I think it's called, or one of those, there's one that gives you more discards than that, I think. I probably want to take that. If I see a voucher that gives me an extra discard, I would want that. And also anything that'll allow me to play more hands, because hands can also be played as discards once you're out of discards. So yeah, increasing the hands or discards number is very much in my interests. But also weeding out my face cards. So if I can open an Arcana pack and, you know, end up deleting some face cards, that'll just make the challenge a little bit easier. But still, I don't even have 25 bucks yet, so I'm just going to go to the next round fully aware that we should be able to get through it just fine. Plus 3 hand size next round. No, we'll be just fine. Let's play our small blind. Brilliant. Okay. So I'm not sure how many blinds I really want to be skipping, because of course the only way to raise or ride the bus card is to actually play some hands. So the fewer hands I play, the fewer buses we're riding. So we should probably try to not skip blinds unless I think it's worth it. Like that first blind was giving us, you know, our chips, which I think are really important to get in there as soon as possible. Ice cream, I don't think I will. We're doing just fine. And the devil will give us a bit more cash. I'm not really good at working with gold cards. I always seem to be in a scenario where I really want to, you know, actually either play the gold card or discard it. It's never actually sitting in my hand, so I can make the cash. Okay, let's see, big blind. We could just double our money. Go up to 60 bucks. That's pretty good. I feel like we could get through the flint, base chips, and Multerhaft. I'm not too worried about that. But no, I like I said earlier, I think I really should be playing as many blinds as I can. Just so I can keep building our mult, because that is where the bulk of our mult is coming from. $11, nice, okay. So, now I'm actually interested in buying something. What do we have? Fortune teller, I mean, I gotta use a lot of tarot cards to make this worth it, but I'm not sure about that one either. I almost feel like I should just hang on to what I have. Blank's not a bad call though, especially if 2 of my slots are sort of locked out anyways. I'm gonna take blank, knowing that of course blank does nothing, as is described. But buying the blank voucher means that later in the run you are likely to come across the voucher that comes after it, which we'll discuss if we actually get it, I suppose. And then with my last, I guess, $6, I'm gonna open a pack, sure. Again, I think I said this maybe in the previous video, but I like to keep 25 on me if I can help it. Okay, here we go. There's more discards, Mary Andy. I think it's probably worth it. I don't really need a super big hand size for straights when I can skip them with shortcut, right? So I think that's like I think this one's going to be worth it for this run specifically. I wouldn't say on average I would take a Mary Andy, but today I'm feeling like a Mary Andy, so I suppose we'll just take it and move on. Well, there's a discard right there. Man, they sure love giving me those face cards, don't they? Do I have more? Oh, wait, Wait, it's not a normal deck at all. Wait. Hold on. Huh. You know, I feel a little silly now that I didn't notice that earlier when I was going through everything. So I don't have any aces at all. There are no aces. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, I have 2 kings, 2 queens, and 2 jacks of each suit. How am I only just noticing this? Okay, we could have planned this a little bit better. We do have our 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4 for each suit, but Yeah, in order to double up kings, queens, and jacks, they shed the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Huh. Okay, well that explains why I keep running into so many face cards. So, fortunately, Scholar is giving me 50 chips regardless, so it doesn't, like, super matter that it's not, like, actively triggering. But, yeah, I would... If I had literally any other Joker in foil, it would probably be doing more for me than that. So, I'll consider replacing you down the line. Okay, we have a 10-8-6-4, so that's almost a straight. So let's just shed those last two faces and see what comes in. A second 6 and 2 more jacks. Get out of here. Fortunately, I've got all these discards now, so 4, 6, 7, 8 looks pretty good. Let's get rid of you 3. Wow, you know, Mary Andy was actually a pretty good pickup, I think, for this challenge. I feel really good about that. There's our straight. Sneak that in. It's funny, I'm playing so many straights, but it's still only a level 1. We really got to find a way to level that up. We got to start opening up planet packs. That voucher that, you know, increases likelihood of planet cards showing up in the shop, that ensures your most played hand actually shows up in the packs you open, etc., etc. The more we can do to make our straight more powerful, the better. Or the more we can, I guess, just encourage Saturn to show up, really, that's all it is. I just need as many Saturns as possible. Oh, hey, check it out, another discard. Yeah, I'll take that, screw it, thank you. Very nice, 7 discards. Well, I feel pretty good about guaranteeing that I can play a straight every time. Now I just need to make sure that that straight is actually worth playing. Mystic Summit's obviously never going to trigger if I've got 7 discards. Okay, well, I could dip below 25 and open an Arcana pack. I guess let's just go next round. I'm surprised I haven't seen planet packs recently. I'd love to open one of them. Wow, we got a full house right here. I guess if they're gonna give it to me, we could play a full house, right? If they're gonna just throw one at me, sure, let's play a full house. Why not? The straight's still our most played hand. Playing any hand at all will increase Ride the Bus. It doesn't need to be a straight, so that is gonna score more. That puts us at a nice 1600. Well, we're comfortably clearing our blinds, our required scores, so at this point I'm not worried. But even thinking down the line, I feel like we've got a really good setup here. We just really need to start leveling up our straight. That's going to be the important thing. Also, Luchador. Huh. That's an interesting proposition. I've still got an open Joker slot. I might need this. If I'm so reliant on playing one specific hand, it's going to be devastating if we come across a blind that's discouraging that hand, or maybe even prohibiting me from playing it more than once. Yeah. For now, I would feel safer with you on the team, so we're gonna put you there. I know that buying both of these packs would drop me below my 25 soft limit, but I think this is a worthy investment. Okay, we didn't get a Saturn, but we did get a Neptune, which is still a straight. It's not likely to happen, really, but sure, screw it, I'll level it up. No Saturn. Really? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Out of 5 cards, we still didn't get Saturn. There's no benefit to skipping this. I might as well level up the full house, so if I ever do have to play it, at least it's doing just a little bit more, I suppose. But yeah, not what I was hoping, considering how much I spent on that. 10 bucks for 2 cards that I didn't really need. Alright. Give $1 per played hand this run. 10 bucks. Not worth it. Let's run the blind. Again, not much is going to be worth it when I'm considering the fact that I need to ride the bus as much as possible, which means playing as many hands as possible. I mean, really, in a way, I could even be encouraged to play lower scoring hands so that I have to play more hands just to get through a round. I guess there's maybe a strategy there. Look, if I fail 15-minute city today, that's something we can consider for future runs. But that might not be necessary with this run, because again, I feel like I'm comfortably clearing here. I'm not doing too bad right now. Man, they really want me to take one of these Jokers, huh? I think Greedy Joker specifically was in the last shop. There was also the one for, I think, clubs earlier. I don't know why they want me to play specific suits so much, but I'm passing. Delayed gratification is not going to ever be triggered ever, so no point. So let's just spend another $10 on planet cards and then move on to the next round. Finally, there's your Saturn. Thank you so much. I don't even need to get straight all the way up to like level 10 or anything. I just want to make sure I have at least a few Saturns under my belt if I'm going to be playing as many straights as I am. I'm putting so much reliance on the hand. Again, for no reason other than it's just become increasingly easier to play as a result of having a shortcut. But I'm planning to ideally come across some jokers that will then also, you know, provide more value because I'm playing straights, but we're not actually there yet. Okay, the fish. Cards drawn face down after each hand played. Yeah, that's a tough one to work with. I really don't love the fish. However, a great way to combat the fish is by having a lot of discards. If you've got a lot of discards, the fish is less of an issue, so I'm not too fussed, actually. Also, if you just are so confident in your hand that you could play one hand to win it, that would also be a great way to combat. Now, I did just level up straight twice. Do you think I could get 4,000 with just this one hand? Probably not. But I bet you we'll get 3,000 at least. Let's see how close I am. I feel like we'll get 3,000 something. Ooh, so close though. Real close. Nice. I mean, at this point I could play basically any hand, but it's so important that I'm not playing face cards. I can't afford to, you know, lose my mult, so I'm actually going to use this discard just to get rid of the 5 cards that came in. Because I can't tell what they are. I don't want to risk any of them being faces, you know what I mean? Now we get rid of the faces with another discard. Again, I'm just so glad we got Mary Andy on our team. That was actually such a good pickup, man. And there's another straight to close us out. Beautiful. We like Andy on the bus around these parts. We love a Mary Andy on our bus. He makes the ride a lot more enjoyable. Ah, here's the voucher I was betting on. Antimatter. Beautiful. Now, you're not going to be going anywhere for the next few shop visits, so I don't need to get this yet. But yeah, if I buy this, then I don't need to sell a Joker in order to add another one. So a lot of value in that. Reserve parking. Each face card held in hand has a 1 in 2 chance to give $1. So obviously I'm not playing the face card, so yeah, I'm very likely to be triggering this. It's not bad, but it's only $1, and even then it's a 50% chance. I think the only time I've ever taken this was during a run where I was able to pair this with the card that turns every card into a face card. If you've played Balatro and you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, hard to take that one, I'll be honest. Spare Trousers encourages us to play 2 pairs, which we're not playing. We're playing straights. And Shortcut does not allow us to play 2 pairs any easier, so neither of those jokers are up my alley. So maybe I'll just take the voucher and move on? Or should I re-roll, you think? Hope for a better joker? No, at 35, tell you what, I'm going to take the voucher and move on. Because I know we're more than good enough to get through the next few rounds at least, so... Okay, you're tempting me with a foil joker, aren't you? Okay, so that could replace Scholar. Like I said, basically any foil joker is going to be more useful than Scholar. So, we could do this. The alternative to getting a foil joker is to come across a joker that just offers a lot of chips naturally. But I can't rely on that. Meanwhile, right now, they're literally giving me a foil joker. Yeah, I think I should take it. By the way, what's our next blind? Oh, upgrade pair by 3 levels. I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna skip. I think it's worth it. After this blind, we'll visit the shop and we'll see what we got. Hopefully it, again, provides more value than nothing. Which is where we're currently at, because I did not pay enough attention when starting the challenge run. Classic. Shed our faces, run straight. You know, I like this challenge. It takes a lot of the decision making out of the process. A lot of Balatro is about stressing and thinking how to make the most out of the jokers you have. Am I currently sinking money into a strategy that's not going to pay off? Should I pivot at some point? Not this time. I've got a pretty consistent strategy. I'm just sticking to it. Holy smokes. You want to talk about a joker that's going to give chips? We just got a foil ice cream. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So that was just $3 basically. $3 and more chips per hand. So I would say that was a super good skip on our part. Joker Stencil offers no value. I'll be honest with you, I have not been able to theorize how to make Joker Stencil truly work. It's such an unusual joker because it requires you to have as few jokers as possible. The only way I could see this working is if you somehow manage to pair Joker stencil exclusively with the negative jokers. If you could make that work, sure, but that's just such a fringe, unusual situation that you'd be able to make work. Either that, or you rely exclusively on planet cards to just make, you know, this one hand that you keep playing over and over really good, and then you're just multiplying the raw, you know, mult value from that hand. But still, even then, would that be enough? Is that going to scale far enough to even get you past an 8th ante? I don't know. I'd have to watch someone make the Joker stencil work, because in my mind, it only works with negatives. Okay, I've got an open Joker slot thanks to that antimatter we took, so let's start cracking some packs here. What do we got? Let's see if we can find something to add even more mult. Oh, actually, hold on. Bootstraps, plus 2 mult for every $5 you have. Huh. I mean, I like to work down to 25 every single, you know, shop visit, so on average, I'm going to have 10... I shouldn't have less than 10 mult coming out of bootstraps, but there's also a chance I have more. Like right now, if I moved on to the next round, we'd have 14 mult. That's not bad. Our Ride the Bus, you know, only has a little bit more than that on its own, so we're basically doubling our mult by taking bootstraps. So I think I like that more than Smeared Joker. Smeared Joker, as far as I can tell, only has value if you're trying to play flushes or straight flushes. And of course, I guess, if I'm playing straights, I could increase the chance that I get a straight flush. But I'm not sure that's worth it, because again, I'd really like to be just leveling up a straight. It's easier to get. Easier than ever thanks to Shortcut. I think I'll be getting enough out of the straight. I don't need to be aiming for flushes, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just ignoring the suits, really. So, yeah, I'm going to take bootstraps. I think that's good. Well, with $35, I think I'll actually just move on then, because having, you know, even more than 25 just makes bootstraps even better, so screw it. I guess we'll just move on then. I think we're scoring enough that we can afford to just take on the boss blind here. 10k, we can do that. Okay, not getting a lot of playable cards, I'll be honest. Let's keep discarding. Amazing, okay. I can play that 7 even if it doesn't score, I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure I get my straight in. Okay, here we go. 98765, that's just an actual honest-to-goodness straight. You know, it's funny, an alternative strategy for this challenge could be to just ignore Ride the Bus entirely. Just pretend it's not there and just accept that you've got one fewer Joker for the challenge, and just fully play into Shortcut, right? You'd have more hands that you could play, which in the end could be worth it. But when you've got as many discards as I have, I can afford to also consider Ride the Bus, right? Okay, voucher is going to make everything cheaper. I think I can afford to take that. Screw it, why not? I'm actually seeing a lot of good stuff in the shop right now. Hold up, let me stop and think. Yeah, because if I buy voucher, it applies immediately, so even though currently Space Joker's $5 and it would cost me $10 to get both of these, so I could be spending $15 right now, and then spending $10 instead. We're going to spend the 10 now, and when the shop reloads, our 15 has gone down to 11. Very nice. Okay, yeah, Space Joker's a handy little guy if you're, you know, interested in, you know, leveling up the hand that you keep playing, which is, you know, in my interest. But 1 and 4 is not amazing, not great odds. I mean, by the time I get to the boss ante, I might have gotten 2 levels, maybe 3 added onto my straight, which is good. But I could also just keep behind space packs, which I'm about to go do. It might not be worth it, especially if I have to sell a Joker to throw you on. Right now, the only Joker I'd be willing to part ways with is probably the Luchador, which is reckless. I mean, what's the upcoming blind? It's the arm. I would love to disengage the arm with the Luchador. I'd really like to hang on to you, specifically for the upcoming boss blind, actually. So if I want to take Space Joker, we got to get rid of Bootstraps, which we just threw in here. But I wasn't really planning on keeping it anyways. I was hoping I could replace it with a Joker that actually multiplies my mult, because I don't have one yet. But for now, yeah, maybe I'll get more value out of Space Joker. As long as it triggers just a couple times before I would want to sell it as well, I would say it's worth it. But of course, we're going to be selling Luchador anyways coming up, so that'll already give us more space in our deck. So I'm good. I'm good with that. I feel good about that. Let's open these packs. Let's hope for some Saturns. There's one. Can we get a second? Nope, wishful thinking. It was only a 3-pack anyways. Might as well level up the flush in case we're in a position where We have the opportunity to play a straight flush, or we might even be forced to given the hand we have. Let's make sure it still scores just as much, if not more, than my straight. Okay, and we will just move on. Let's get rid of all of you and the extra 8. Unnecessary. We don't need pairs in this house. What did I just say? Get rid of that 6 in our faces. And we could take literally any numbered card now and we would be good. Literally any numbered card but the ones that I already have, and we could play a straight. So let's see it. Let's see literally any other number. Thank you. That's just a good old-fashioned straight right there. Oh, dude, look at that. Space Joker triggered immediately. 1 and 4, but we got a 100% hit rate so far. Look at that. Level 5 straight. All our other jokers kick in and we clear out the blind in one play, in one hand. Very good. Again, though, recognizing that there actually could be potentially a strategy to underscoring. You know, playing lower value hands, just you can ride the bus even more. That's really interesting. I never thought about that before. There's something there. I'm gonna buy Jumbo Celestial Pack and then maybe we will re-roll the shop just to see what shows up. Okay, another Saturn. Thank you so much. That's up to level 6 now. And then yeah, we'll go for I will re-roll the shop once. Let's see what we get. Yeah, nothing I think I'll play. I mean, business card will never trigger because I need to play face cards in order to trigger it. Pluto, again, I hope I'm not in a position where I'm playing a high card. I really shouldn't be. It's just not even worth the $2. I know I just re-rolled for $5, but I'm not going to say, well, I have to buy something in order to make it worth it. I would rather just spend even less money and say that was just a loss. That's fine. We can. It happens. It happens. When you re-roll the shop, you don't always actually get something you wanted. Garbage tag gives $1 per unused discard this run. We'll give $32. That's a lot. That's more than I normally see when I come across the garbage tag. But yeah, when I have 7 discards going into every single round, there are naturally going to be more unused discards. Huh. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. It'd allow us to shop more. Nah. Don't fall for temptation, brothers. Okay, that's far too many face cards. This is just getting ridiculous. Come on now. It's funny not having, you know, 1s, 2s, or 3s. Shortcut then becomes less valuable because there are fewer, you know, instances where you would require it in order to make a straight happen. So it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's a funny little challenge we've got here. But it feels less challenging than the omelet. I say that knowing I'm on my first run. And there's still every chance in the world that something goes horribly wrong, but... Okay, is this... This is getting a little silly. I still don't have a straight here. Like, what is going on? I need to play a straight, man. That's my last discard. I had 7 of the things. And I've only got 3 hands left, and finally we can play our second straight here. What was that all about? I only had 14 cards left in the whole deck. Hey, check out who just triggered again. Okay, well that 1 and 4 is starting to look pretty darn good, actually. I can't believe that. We got a second Space Joker trigger already. I was theorizing it might only trigger 2 or 3 times by the time we finish the whole challenge. Assuming we make it that far, but it's triggered twice already. So we're going to be selling Luchador right away here. No point in even considering Jokers. I'm not even going to look at them. We don't have any planet cards. Or planet packs. I guess I'll just tear a Mega Arcana pack. We'll see what we get. Ooh, okay, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, unless it unless it lands on the Luchador, I imagine this would be a pretty good one. I would take basically any of these, especially my 2 Eternal cards since they're not going anywhere anyways. Might as well offer, you know, bring me some more value. And we have 2 cards to choose from. I think our second is going to be High Priestess, because there's a chance that she generates a Saturn. But it would be also be really nice to get the Empress, because I'm playing the same cards pretty repeatedly here by actively ignoring literally half of my deck because they're faces. I'm basically twice as likely to actually come across a mult card or just any, you know, enhanced card than I normally would. Huh. Well, either way, I'm going Wheel of Fortune. I have to. I can't not. Come here. Nope, that's fine. Hey, you know what? It's just not our day. That's fine. It happens. Okay, so now comes the hard part. 2 random planet cards or the Empress. We really might get more value out of this. Okay, I'm gonna go Priestess. I'm just gonna keep committing. Hope for a Saturn. Oh, I didn't even get it. Okay. Well, that sucked. I'm just gonna sell them. I'm not gonna use these. Okay, let's reroll. See if I get something that isn't Joker. Okay, well, I got Earth. Again, not really worth it. Well, let's just go next round. Let's just move on. Look, I know we can do the arm. It's fine. We can do the arm. We don't need any more help at this point. We're fine. Okay, it is time to sell Luchador. This is what you were here for, partner. Now we discard our faces and we start planning to play. So obviously selling Luchador disabled the boss ability, which means that this is no longer a boss. We just scored 22,000 good old-fashioned like any other blind, and we can get out of here. No strings attached. But if we didn't sell the Luchador, the arm would have been lowering the level of my straight every time I played it, even though I've worked so hard to get it up to level 7. So I personally feel like that was a really good Luchador. A really good time for Luchador to come through. Okay. And you really are enthusiastic about going to space today, huh? 1 in 4 chance. That's ridiculous. And you've triggered 3 times now. I'm getting exceptionally lucky with you, aren't I? You encourage me to play flush, you encourage me to play 3 of a kind, so neither of you will ever trigger, so more useless jokers in the shop. Now Telescope, on the other hand, actually one of the best vouchers I could have asked for. This means that every time I open a planet pack, it's going to have a Saturn in it. So this is just me spending $3 on a Saturn, guaranteed. Yeah, I'll do that. Absolutely I will. Thank you so much for offering. Let's see. Should I reroll or should I open... I'm gonna open a pack. The moon doesn't do anything for me because I'm not concerned with suits anyways. A stone card doesn't help me if I'm playing straights. Strength, frankly, doesn't help me if I'm playing straights. Although... Huh. I could increase the strength of a king, which would make it an ace. An ace still doesn't offer any value until I have either 2 or 3s as well to play it with. It's just an interesting thought experiment. I'm not gonna do it, but you could do it. Like, there's a world, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna take the 2 non-face cards it gave me, and we're gonna use the Empress on them. This is pretty much a no-brainer, because most of these tarot cards just don't make sense to use. So we're going to use that one, and then we're going to use the Devil, and I'm just going to pick a random face card, and if you just happen to be in my hand, great, I get an extra $3. Otherwise, no harm, no foul, I suppose. Okay, you are offering another $15. I'm good. Let's just play it. I'm in the market for another Joker, man. We got the space. Okay, well, there's the gold card. I don't think it's worth, like, specifically trying to keep it there, you know what I mean? I think we should still probably shed it, just so we can increase the likelihood that we actually get the cards I want to play. So, let's see if a level 9 straight gets us close to 20k. It sure did. That put us at 23,000. Dude, we're looking good. Ante 6 and we're one-shotting these blinds? That's looking good. And our ice cream is melting as well. We're down to 65 chips. And we're still one-shotting these blinds. This is really good. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Let's yeah, I like the jokers we have. Let's run it. Nope. Okay, Fibonacci. Ace 2, 3, 5, and 8. I don't have aces, 2s, or 3s, so I'm gonna say no on this one. Instead, we'll open a Celestial pack. Take me a nice Saturn. Call it a day. Actually, we've still got $37. Maybe I should go for a reroll while we're still here and I still have a decent amount of cash. Also, there is, I guess, another random tarot cards we could sift through. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I actually feel good about that. What do we have? Wheel of Fortune again. Temperance is going to give me $10. Wow, we do not have a lot of sell value, but they're still bringing me a lot of value anyways. Hierophant will give me some bonus cards. That'll definitely help make up for the fact that our ice cream's melting. That's pretty tempting, actually. I might have to do this instead. It's either this or Wheel of Fortune. I only get to choose one because of the type of pack we opened. Again, I can't help myself. Give me this. One of these days, maybe it'll trigger while I'm actually recording. Okay, next round. Discarded. Discarded. You know, I'm just so lucky that Andy's here, really. I'm really just so lucky that Andy's here. If he wasn't here, I don't know where I would be. We probably would have failed this already, I'll be honest. And with our second straight, we very comfortably clear the big blind. Very nice. Even if I'm not one-shotting these blinds, I mean, we clear so easily now with just 2 straights, so I'm still not too worried. But it is hard to play more than 2 straights, even with the amount of discards we have, just because we have so many face cards to dismiss. I really need to find a way to start thinning this deck a little bit. There's only, you know, 2 more antes after this, so we're close, but it sucks that I don't feel like I could ever play more than 2 straights reliably. So I either have to choose to either start thinning the deck or find a way to just start getting some more score in, because Ride the Bus is, you know, it's got diminishing returns if we can't, you know, at least get something to multiply that value a little bit. So it's getting tough now. Okay, Temperance, I mean, spending $2 for $10, I'll do it. That's a bit of a no-brainer. But you are offering a free reroll. I don't think it's worth it. I could just buy you right now to make this reroll free, since I have the space. And you only cost $3, so my reroll went from $5 to $3. So, sure. And now I can sell the Joker to get $1 back. Swashbuckler, I mean, you were certainly helpful in the omelet, but considerably less helpful now, I'll be honest. Devious Joker, now we're talking. 100 chips if played hand contains a straight. Well, that's literally every hand. So I think we found our replacement for Ice Cream, because currently Ice Cream is doing 105 chips, but it's going down 5 with every single hand. So I think it's finally time to say goodbye to you. You've offered a lot of help, but we found a replacement that is a card I can take a lot more comfort in. Yeah, I guess we'll open our Arcana pack now. I'm not finding the tarot card that I want. You know which card it is, too. Well, I guess we'll take Devil then. I don't know, not really any value I'll get from the other 2. I don't feel like risking losing one of my numbered cards by making it glass, so I won't be doing that. And I guess we'll re-roll again, because I still have 45 bucks. Oh, hello, runner. I mean, it's a little late. I was thinking about you at the beginning of this run, and I thought, you know, getting a runner wouldn't be a bad idea. Doesn't make a lot of sense when we're riding the bus, just thematically. But yeah, 15 chips for every single straight we play. Pretty good, but honestly, am I even going to play enough straights to make you worth more than Devious Joker? At this point, no. We're late enough in the run. I can't really take runner with me. I'm sorry, runner. Earlier I would have taken you, no questions asked. Hack. Retriggers each played 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't have any 2s or 3s, so you're only half as likely to trigger as ever. I'll pass. Most of my chip value is probably going to come from Devious Joker anyways. Okay, well, I'm not going to re-roll again, so let's just move on. The Psychic requires me to play 5 cards. Guess what? That is a complete non-issue. If you thought that was going to be a threat, then you were not paying attention to the strategy up to this point. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5. Don't mind if I do. 24k. Okay, not bad. But yeah, that's not scaling fast enough. We're not at a point where I feel like I could take down the actual 8th anti-boss blind. We're not there yet, and I don't know what it's going to take to get there. I'm just hoping that it'll all work out by the time we make it. Oh, hello. Mad Joker. Plus 10 mult if played hand contains a 2 pair. Well, you will be not triggering literally ever. So never mind. Got excited for no reason. This voucher means we'll be getting more interest. Probably not worth it. Well, it's only $7 actually. In that sense, I guess it is worth it. I forgot I bought that discount. Tell you what, I'm gonna take a Hierophant with me. Let's open this Arcana pack. Ooh, now we got a good looking little hand here. Okay, I used Hierophant on these 2 cards just because I had the opportunity to, and now we're going to use Hanged Man to eradicate our king and queen here. I think that's probably the play. Work on thinning that deck. I've been waiting for the Hanged Man to show up. Finally, at least we got 2 cards out of here. It's just that much more helpful. Our deck is just a little bit leaner now, so hopefully that'll help us in some way, even if we don't even really notice it. Popcorn plus 20 mult, minus 4 mult per round played, not per hand played. How many more rounds do we have, do you think? We still have to go through the upcoming antes blinds and then the final antes blinds. So that's 6 more rounds. So technically popcorn won't be fully depleted until we're done anyways. Huh. I think you'll provide more value than Chaos the Clown. I mean, at least for the next few rounds. The, you know, 8 malt or whatever I'll be getting right at the end game might not be worth it, but hey, for the next few rounds I think it's worth it, so I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna throw popcorn in. Still couldn't find a joker to actually multiply my malt though, which is too bad. Alright, I'm not gonna re-roll again, let's just move on. I feel good about the next few hands. Skip blind for a Mega Celestial pack. Well, I mean, that's a guaranteed Saturn, is what it is. Do I want a guaranteed Saturn, or do I just want to run the blind? We can ride the bus up to 28, probably. I'll probably get 35k in one hand, so it's only going to be going up 1. Is that really worth it? I mean, there's a chance that Space Joker triggers, and then it levels up the hand anyways. But it's only a chance. Meanwhile, skipping would guarantee it. I've weighed the options, and I've decided it's worth skipping. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna guarantee my Saturn. The thing that really convinced me is, let's watch and see how much is our mult going to go up by leveling up Saturn up to level 11. Let's have a look. It's currently 31, it went up by 3, up to 34. Meanwhile, I would have leveled Ride the Bus up to 28 instead of 27, so I just personally feel like I got more out of that. Of course, it's a Mega Celestial pack, so I choose a second card, even though I'm not going to be using any of these, but I don't know, full house again. Sure, it doesn't hurt. I wonder if there is a world where it does hurt. Is it possible to be under the right conditions where taking a planet card that isn't for the hand that you're trying to play would actually be a bad thing? That would probably never happen. It's interesting that you have the option to skip, right? When you open a card pack for space cards. It makes sense for other card packs, but I don't know, that's a really unusual one. You would never need to skip that. I don't know. Maybe there's something. Okay, they're offering me a Mega Buffoon pack now, but I'm not going to open that, just going to hope that there's a rare Joker in there. No, forget it. We're just going to run this. I won't be able to one-shot this. I think 52k is a bit too high. Do I want to shed the malt card or the bonus card? I'm going to shed the malt card. Yeah, because popcorn's going to give me so much anyways. There we go, 10, 8, 7, 6, oops, 6, 5. Oh, okay, 40k. That did do a bit more than I thought. Get rid of our faces. 9, 6, 5, 4, we'll shed our dupes, and we'll play our straights. Once again, I can basically guarantee any blind in 2 hands. But as the ante scales, that might not actually be true. That might not hold true for the last few rounds. Okay, erosion. It's been so long since I got erosion, I don't remember what it does. Plus 4 mult for each card below 52 in your full deck. Oh yeah, I mean, look, I'd love to just get rid of all my face cards and then erosion just goes through the roof, but can I guarantee that? Not exactly. Plus 8, huh? I mean, it's currently at plus 8, and it's not going to go any lower than that, because I'm not going to start adding cards to my deck. But I can't guarantee that it'll be able to go higher than 8 either. Popcorn's at 16. Within 2 rounds, I might as well have erosion. Do you think I could tank through the next couple rounds and get rid of popcorn? Yeah, I think I can. I'm going to do it. I might end up replacing erosion depending on what happens in the next couple stores here, but for now I feel good about that. Superposition will literally not trigger, so there's no point in even considering it. Let's just open this. Get me another Saturn under our belt here. And I think we can do a reroll. I don't mind one reroll. Red card. Oh, red card. I never get you when I want you. Okay, next round. It's just too late in the run, man. Oh, the water. The water, the water. What are we going to do about this? Start with 0 discards. One of the very few blinds I was hoping I wouldn't get. I don't regret that I sold to get rid of the arm. I don't regret that. But at the same time, I mean, I probably would have made it past the blind. My Saturn just would have been worth less. But this might kill me. I've been exceptionally reliant on my discards, and I didn't take the time to look at the upcoming boss blind until right now. Right this very minute. What could I have done prep-wise to prevent this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I could have done. Because at this point in the run, it's just too late to change, to pivot, to do anything about it, you know? The strategy has been discard, play straights. That's it. That's been the strategy. There's really nothing I could do differently at this point. This is just inevitable. This is the point of boss blinds, is to throw a wrench in your plans. And if you can take it, you can take it. If you can't, well, that's luck of the draw. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, wow. And they just gave me 4 face cards immediately. So now I think I do believe I can beat the water. The problem is I will be resetting Ride the Bus. I mean, what do you want me to do? I literally cannot get a straight without getting rid of the cards in my hand, and the only way to do that is to play them. So we have to play face cards. So if I have to play face cards, what should we do about that? What should we do with them? I'm going to be getting far less mult, so it's really important that I play straights still, even if I have to play face cards. As long as I'm playing straights, we should at least still be getting high scoring hands. And of course, we still have shortcut to make our straights easier to play. So there's a world where I get a 10. If I play these queens, and let's play the 5 just to discard it, and I get a 10 in here, then we can play a straight. So that's what we're gonna have to do. I think that's the best thing I could hope for. There's no benefit in trying to play into the fact that I have 3 queens here. Like, should I go for a full house or whatever? I mean, look where full house is at, 90 times 8. Straight is 360 times 37. Like, obviously we have to play straights. It is the strategy. It's the unbreakable strategy. We cannot pivot. So this is the play, is hoping for a 10. I don't like that I'm putting so much reliance on just one number to show up, but I've only got 4 hands. I have to get lucky. It's the only way we get through this. And frankly, we need 2 straights. We won't do this in one hand. There's no way. So I need to play one hand as a discard, and then I need a 10 to show up so I can play that hand, and then in 2 hands I need to somehow play another straight. This is gonna be so tough. Here we go. Eesh, okay, that hurts seeing that one, seeing the Ride the Bus reset. Also, Space Joker chose the wrong time to kick in, but sure bro, now my pair's a level 2, that's gonna do a lot. Okay, well, I didn't get my 10. There is a world I could have got both a jack and a 9, that would have worked. But I didn't get that either, I got my 9, I didn't get a jack. Oh my gosh, okay, so in 3 hands, I need to play 2 straights. How do we do it? What's the smartest thing I can do? Probably play a high straight and a low straight, right? Well, 4, 6, 8, 9 is a low straight. So do I get rid of all of the face cards and just count on a 5, a 7, a 10, or a jack showing? I mean, that's a lot of options. I should basically guarantee a straight next hand. I say basically guarantee, obviously there's no guarantee, but odds are very high that if I shed these 3, I can play a straight. So I think I kind of have to, right? Otherwise, I could shed all these and just really hope for a 10 or a jack. But that's me shedding 3 cards in hopes for one of 2 cards. Meanwhile, here, I'm shedding 3 cards in hopes for, again, 5, 7, 10, or jack. That's 4 different cards. Odds are just in my favor. I need to get rid of these faces. So we're playing another discard, and now I need to get 2 straights back to back. Dude, it's just so unlikely to pay off. What? Oh my gosh, man. Look at the other cards that came in. We got our straight, but look at a 4 and a king, literally polar opposites. So the next 5 cards that come in, 4 of them need to be consecutive. I mean, you know, consecutive considering shortcuts, so there's some leeway, but I couldn't have had like a king and a jack come in, or a 4 and a 5 or something. Nope, it was a king and a 4. Oh, bro, I think you guys already know whether I lost or not, because you can see how long the video is. I'm the only one that doesn't know. And it's stressful, man. It's stressful. That was only 23k. Oh, I guess it was over before it started then. I would have needed... Do you think I could have done it in 3 straights? Maybe. I would have needed some high cards. Even then, I don't know, because I'm getting 100 from Devious Joker, but I think maybe the water would have been possible with 3 straights. But 2? It was over before it started, man. I put too much reliance on the bus. Look, I didn't get my straight anyways. Look at this hand. What is this? I didn't get it anyways. Like, I don't, there's nothing here. Well, I'll see you guys next time, I suppose. Thank you, Spaceman. Thank you, Space Joker, for leveling up my pair one more time before we're sent out. Thank you so much for that. Folks, this was fun. I love Balatro, even when I lose. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you next time. Hopefully, things will go a little bit better. Hopefully public transit will be a little bit kinder to me next time. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.